but probably not by that much. He walks around with Def Leppard and Nirvana on and doesn't know what's going on at all. So we get the drill. Hey, so here's what I wanted to know from you, because you had an unbelievable season, your first team All-Pro corner, and yet you got pulled offside by the Madden ratings because they weren't necessarily respecting your game properly, in your opinion. And I always wonder how much players hear things, and I think you answered. You hear it very well, and you were annoyed by it. Well, why did you respond to that, would be my question.
I shouldn't have responded, honestly.
Okay.
Because really it doesn't matter. It's just a video game. But, I just, some one of those things, you just had seen, and you was like, wow. It was early in the morning. I had a little time.
Yeah.
Do you play?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Is the bigger question, though, just people saying, yeah, but about last season and things like that? Does that get under your skin in terms of just the way you're generally evaluated on the outside?
I mean, no, because, like I said before, outside opinions don't matter. This ain't nothing that's coming from my team or anything, so – their opinions really don't matter, regardless of what they say. They can say my feet stink, but it don't matter, because their opinions really don't matter at the end of the day. But that's how they feel. That's how they feel. I can't control that. All I can control is what I'm doing here. Just focusing on what's important. Just winning. Helping the team become better. Just doing my job. So, it's everyone always has their opinion. They're obligated to their opinion. I can't control what anybody think, feel, or say. So I try not to put my energy into that. I see it, but I just brush past it, ignore it. Just keep working.
You know what they say about opinions?
Yeah.
They're like what?
What are they like?
They're like buttholes. You just can't worry about it, man.
You're right, for sure.
So I saw your brother popping on something. I can't remember where I saw it. NFL Network or something like that, and he jumps on there, and Josh Allen's there, and he was like, "What? What did my brother say? That he wouldn't allow me one catch if we played in the Super Bowl?"
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I said it.
Can you believe it?
I believe it.
Are you a better athlete than him?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is it because you're the little brother? Typically, little brothers have a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah.
Would you say that you do, and not just football, let's say whatever sport there is, do you think you're just a little bit better than him at all of it?
Yeah.
Does he believe it?
No.
No? What's the age separation?
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you were trying to keep up with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't, obviously, until you were probably, 15, even 17 maybe.
A little bit later than that.
Yeah. So there was that time, though, where he's probably like, son of a bitch, man, he's got me.
Yeah, for sure.
Do y'all have any other siblings?
Yeah.
How many?
Do. I got 2 more brothers, 1 more sister.
Are they all superior athletes, too, or did the 2 of you get the best end of it?
We probably got the best end of it.
Yeah.
They got other hobbies.
Okay.
This is Trevon Diggs with us here on the ticket. So back in April or March, I think I'm a 12-month-a-year football nerd, and it was really interesting to hear Jalen Ramsey talk about in phase and out of phase.
Yeah.
When you heard that, I was curious what you thought of his evaluation, and further, could you explain to an audience that is a little fuzzy on what that term exactly means, what it means to you? What is in phase and out of phase? He said you play in phase, and he plays out of phase. What does that mean, would you say?
Just more so your positioning on the receiver and correlates to the ball. If you're closer to him, right there in his hip pocket, that's in phase. If you're not close to him and, further away, you're out of phase. So that's what that means.
Yeah, and it's more complex than man zone.
Right.
I think, if I understand it correctly, kind of in the 14 to 18 range. You almost turn into a wide receiver yourself, right? And you play the ball.
Yeah, that's what I do. I typically, just play the ball, because at the end of the day, the receiver, I know all the routes. You can't do too much different from the route. You got to run your route. So if, you run the post route, I know your landmark where you're aiming towards. So why not go to that spot too and focus on the ball? You know, that's just how I play.
Yes.
Like, I don't speak for nobody else. You know, I can't play like nobody else, and nobody can play like me. So I can't tell nobody how to play their position or how they see the ball or how they, you know, people have their way of doing things, and I got my way of doing things.
Yes.
And as long as the job is getting done, it shouldn't matter how you play it.
And you're great at it. I do wonder if because these NFL quarterbacks are very smart, right?
Right.
Do they then see Trevon anticipating, and then do they try to attack you in that sort of way that, okay, take a step at the top of your stem this way, and we're gonna try to double move him, and then what's your move in that chess game after that?
At the end of the day, that's all. It's all up front, right? You can run as many routes you can run. You can run as many routes as you want. You can do what you got to do. But if my line is coming and doing things like that, you're not gonna be able to run that double move, or you're not gonna be able to do certain things. It's not as easy as people make it seem.
That's
like,
right.
Double moves takes a lot of time. Like, you're gonna have to max protect and do all that to run a double move. So like, if it's max protection and I see it's max protection, I'm gonna just go deep. And you're just gonna throw me the ball, you know. So it's like you said, it's a chess match, you know, depending on what the team is doing and, you know, what I seen that week and what I feel like they're gonna counter. But like, at the end of the day, you're not going 5 wide and run a double move. It's impossible.
That's right.
You're not gonna do that. So like, it's all scheme. It's like it's a lot of go to it. Like, I'm not out there just playing and just jumping stuff and just making decisions. Like, if I see something that matches up and if I see the keys and all of that, like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna attack it. You know, it may seem like that I'm jumping routes, or it may seem like I'm anticipating routes and just guessing, but nah, I really know. So it may look like I'm guessing.
It's what makes the sport awesome. There's so many layers to this stuff.
Yeah. What kind of advantage do you think you have being, you know, a former high-level receiver that made the switch in college? Just as far as, like you said, you know, you know the position.
Right.
That seems like it would give you an advantage on the other side.
No, it does. Like, it gives me a quite an advantage, you know, because the route's been the route since forever.
Yeah.
For years, 50 years. You know, the same post route, the same dig, the same curl, the same go, the same slant. Like, all the routes has been the same. Nothing has changed. No one has ever changed the slant around. No one has ever changed anything, you know. All they did was add something to it. Like, all right, maybe you get a slant and go. You know, maybe you get a dig and go. Like, that's it. But at the end of the day, that first route is the same. It's always the same. And I know how to run routes. I've been running routes my whole life, you know. So I know stems. I know, like, if you're at 15 yards, like, what route is coming. Like, I know all that stuff like the back of my hand. Yeah,
and it's I assume every year your understanding gets better and better and better, and that's what makes a veteran player usually better than a very, very young player. So so I would imagine you're assuming your best is on the other side still. Right? I mean, we're not talking interception totals, but we're just talking in you know, over 1,000 plays. Yes.
100%. Like, I feel like I still know the game on that side as well. You know, like, when my brother runs route, I run routes with him just so I can get the feel for it. You know, just to feel like what this digger look like, just feel like what the speed of the route. You know, I still run the routes with him and just try to get that in my game.
Whose idea was it? Was it yours? I know you. I think I've read something about this. Was the receiver room really crowded at Alabama? And was it your decision, or was it Saban's decision to move you?
It was super crowded.
Who was there? Who was there when you were there?
All right, my freshman year, it was me, Calvin Ridley, Robert Foster, Ardarius Stewart. Those was my freshman year. Those were the three. And then the class I was coming in was Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, all of those guys. Those guys were coming in as well. So
holy cow.
The room was really, really crowded. really, really crowded. And it was other guys in there that was still good too, that, you know, didn't have such a big name, but that room was super crowded, like super crowded. Defensive back room was crowded too, but there was more opportunities over there.
Yeah.
So your idea?
No, it was his idea.
Oh, okay.
It was Coach's idea. He's like, you want to go to NFL? This is what you need to do.
And you were like, let's do it?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to the NFL, sir.
Sign me up. Imagine you got man on the outside. You can run all this exotic stuff in the middle, linebackers, stunts, everything. You can do whatever you want in the middle. And you got your man corners, you know, that's going to lock down.
You know, on YouTube or Instagram or NFL Films, they're always making a big deal about receivers with great releases, great footwork. Devontae, Amari, CD, and a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
How do you combat that with physicality, with handwork, or how?
I help him. He help me watching.
Was he like, oh